What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Now, today we're kind of sitting in it a little bit. We have to really mull over what's going on as the Mercado seemingly implodes, and it's not really imploding, but we're talking about the center back position. What all is going on there? Allegri, not any other, but Allegri and everybody else are telling you everything's okay. Juve have gotten the situation figured out. Do they really? We'll talk about the replacement for, of course, Matthias de Ligt, especially given the latest dropping right now of the here we go, an unfortunate here we go, of Koulibaly going to Chelsea. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today it's Wednesday, July 13th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus. This is what I'm calling the rundown. From now on, this is your news rundown each and every day. Before we do anything though, make sure you smash that like button. Like I said, I've been holding out on it a little bit. We need to get those likes up, guys. Really helps our channel to continue to grow. If you enjoy what we do here, if you whatever, all this stuff, especially like yesterday, the video didn't send out a notification. So you guys hitting that like button really helps us, because otherwise it's a wasted day for us when the notifications don't go out. People don't know that we're posting. Hit that like button, helps us with the algorithm. Hopefully we'll find some new people to end up joining the channel as well. Also, hit the subscribe button. If you're here and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Join our community. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. And for those of you that are in our community right now, we have a little giveaway for you guys, if you haven't heard. The last couple of days we talked about it. Let's throw it up there. We have a giveaway. We are trying to give back to our community, to all of you that have helped our channel to continue to prosper and grow and all the fun that we have each and every day. We are giving away an official Juventus home shirt, the number 10 Paul Pogba shirt. Will be going to one lucky winner this Mercado. At the end of this Mercado, or not the end of it, it's August 1st is when we're dropping it. But make sure, if you haven't already, that you're subscribing to the channel, that you're tagging friends, and then of course you retweet stuff on our Twitter account, which is at Bianconeri Zone. Make sure you go do that right now. While you're there, go ahead and follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter there as well. We'll be giving that away. We'll be announcing that in a drawing on August 1st. So your chance to win it right now is to do that. And also, not a bad opportunity for me to go ahead and do it again and let you guys know about the member squad. If you want to consider joining the member squad, you get a lot of benefits there. But especially right now, if you join the member squad at the premium level, you can end up getting a lot of benefits, which include the giveaway benefits. So first off, you get loyalty badges, you get emojis, you get a monthly wallpaper we send out each and every month, as well as access to the Discord member chat, which is awesome. We all hang out, talk Juve all the time. Lots of fun we're having on there. But then the most important part for this giveaway is that we're doing a giveaway priority. With that, you get 5 times the opportunity to end up winning this Paul Pogba shirt. Like I said, it's $5, and really, if you wanted to, you could just join the members squad for this 1 month, spend the $5, have a better opportunity, but you also get all the other benefits of being a member. So consider doing that if you haven't already. I won't blame you if you just do it for this month and you want to just join in on the fun for now. Anyway, we'll get into it now, the actual news of what we have for today. Good luck to everybody who's entering that, of course, and we hope one of you guys definitely will enjoy what you end up winning there. Okay, here we go. The very news that you came here for. Let's talk about it. First up, we're going to talk about Cambiaso. Cambiaso came to the club today, doing his medicals and all that good stuff. Nico Skidder reporting saying that Bologna, though, are in talks to sign Andrea Cambiaso. He will have his medicals for Juventus this morning and potentially go on loan from Juve. And let's go ahead and confirm that in the second part of this, which is Romeo Guidetti, who confirmed Cambiaso has finished his medical at Juventus. Now, this is something that's a bit shocking for me. It was a bit, maybe not shocking. It's always been a question out there. But it really does surprise me that Juve go in purchasing a left back. And I understand it's a not an expensive purchase, especially with Radu Dragusin going the other way. You're not spending much at all. But just to loan him out to Bologna, especially giving how Juve fans feel and how critical Juve fans have been of what's going on with our left back position, Alexandro, Luca Pellegrini have not been good enough. If Cambiaso, if this is a situation that Cambiaso goes, out there for a year and then comes back, I don't know. But at the same time, Juve have needed help, and they needed help now. So it's not a really good move, and it doesn't probably sit well with a lot of fans that this is just another player that can go out there on loan. Even though we talked about it, if you haven't already, go watch Julian's Coach's Corner that he did, breaking down what is going on with Cambiaso. Just really kind of saying he's almost a bang average player. Really. I mean, Is he that much better than Pellegrini? I don't know. I'll let you decide. All right, let's continue on with the news, though. And, of course, we got to talk about my boy, Big Z Zaniolo. Corriere dello Sport reporting saying, it's been kind of a slower week. What's going on with him? They say that Roma are open to loaning on Zaniolo 10 million euros for Zaniolo, plus a 30, 40 million euro obligation to buy. Juventus, however, are kind of holding this up a little bit. Juventus want to include a player in the deal. And it's not surprising, but at the same time, this week has gone a little bit differently. I expected this to be a hot and heavy week for Zaniolo. You get this one done, you get the ball rolling. But I also understand Juventus want to make some smart deals if you can also offload a player, because you know that Mourinho, for some reason, has some infatuation with Archer and will use him. Hey, I'm not going to undersell him right now. I'm going to try to oversell him and be like, Archer's the greatest midfielder ever if you're willing to take him off my hands. Zakaria would be one that I would hate to see them utilize, utilize in a sale. I don't like that. I'd rather keep Zakaria at least for another season or so, really see what he can become. To me, it just seems too quick, right? For a half a season, you're going to see what he does. But he has also had some injury issues, so something to keep an eye on there. I still think the deal with Zaniolo gets done. We talked about yesterday, Zaniolo's not playing. He's holding out. He's trying to force this move to Juve, even though really Roma are like, we're trying to force the move too. We're good, bro. It's just they want to do it in a different way than we'd like. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, if you can work Artur into this deal, more the merrier for everybody. All right. Next up, we also got to talk about Fagioli. What's going on with the youth player for Juventus? Does he have a decision really on what's going to happen with his future? Well, Nico Schiera is reporting that it expected a new meeting between Fagioli, his agents, and Juventus in the next hours to discuss contract extension till 2026. So no real updates there, just besides he's going to extend his contract. That doesn't mean anything for how long he'll be actually staying at the club. Will he be staying for the season? Or is this going to be a thing where, he gets loaned out once again? Something to keep an eye on. But for right now, no real updates for him. Now, the big story of the day, of course, we're going to talk back into the center back position, back into all this nonsense that's going on. And I mean, it's obviously it's wearing on all of us, but it's also very important because if Juve have fixed, or what we feel like hopefully fixed, two other positions, the midfield and of course the attack, just to have the defense fall apart, this is not a good move for the club. So they need to have some reliable guys come in. First up, we talk about this. Calcio Mercato reporting that, of course, when it comes to De Ligt and him leaving, Bayern are going to make an improved offer, supposedly close to the requested 90 million euros in the coming hours. If they send Brazzo again, once again, to come to Juve and offer 60 mil plus 10, potential ones and bonuses, ones that aren't really confirmed, I hope that he gets pushed out of the room and that gets this, obviously it's ridiculous to say shut it all down, because it's not going to happen. Because when it comes to Juve, they need to make a deal with De Ligt. I want to say the damage is done, but it's time to move on. He wants out. Juve are good to move him out, but at the same time, it's unfortunate because what kind of options can you get? What's out there right now? Koulibaly, as I said in the intro, is off the table. Where are they going to go from there? And that's where we continue on with this. And let's go with Torres and talk about him. Tutto Sports reporting that Juventus have made first contacts with Villarreal for Pau Torres. Let's continue on with that, though. And there's two more parts to this, so let's read those before we really give any kind of thoughts, opinions on that. Sky Sport reporting saying that Villarreal is asking no less than 50 million euros for Pau Torres, an amount Juventus would not want to spend even if De Ligt is sold. The clubs want to obtain a discount as his contract expires in 2024. And I completely agree. I think that amount of money, especially when his contract expires in 2024, you should be able to get it down. I think I've seen, a number floated around there in the 35, 40 million euro range. That's doable, especially when you have leftover money. Maybe you could use it for a secondary player. And it appears, this isn't part of the news, but there's a rumor out there that supposedly Juve have focused in on Pau Torres, and then, of course, with another player that's a mystery player, which is never a good sign, right? Is it ever a good sign that there's a mystery player out there? I mean, it could be a shock one. It could be a shock get that excites the whole fan base, and we're good to go. And he ends up being, fantastic. I'd bet against it. I mean, that's just me. I'm a negative Nancy, if you will. All right. And then the third part of this, and I like how I said that I was going to get through all three before giving my opinion, and then, of course, I had to stop the show. Giovanni Albanese reporting just that Paul Torres has been approved by Max Allegri. Juventus are trying, while waiting for Bayern to raise their offer for De Ligt, perhaps even before the weekend. Caution is still needed, though. Villarreal are asking for a considerable sum, over 40 million euros, to let him go. Again, I still think if you can get him down to 35, but, of course, at 40, might be the more realistic. We'll see what happens. The big question here to me, though, is how is this going to play out for Juve? How does this solve anything? How is this going to work? To me, and we've talked about it, we've joked about it almost, and here's the thing. Me knowing when I say next to nothing when it comes to Gatti and how he's going to perform, because, of course, how many people are watching Frosinone last season? I mean, you can go back and watch some highlights. That doesn't tell me big situations, what happens in those games, how is he going to perform in the Serie A, right? But to me, it almost makes more sense to play Paul Torres around a guy like Gatti rather than him and Bonucci playing together, because Bonucci and him, for all intents and purposes, appear to be clones. Like the same playing style, doing the same stuff out there. They're just going to be driving the ball down the field. That's what they're going to be doing. Hey, if they get a stop. But my main problem is you need kind of a down and dirty, gritty kind of guy. A Chiellini who, as much as you guys want to have a modern footballer, a guy who plays well with the ball at his feet, that can, do some things there creatively scoring, whatever. I don't need that. I just need a guy who can stop. Just make stops. That's what I need. I need a guy who can clear. I need a guy who can stop. And that's what I need. A Chiellini guy. Give me that. That's all I'm asking. We'll see what happens. Paul Torres, though, does not appear to be that kind of player. Will it work? Is yet to be seen. We will see. All right, and then let's move on to this other part, which is another, it's like a whatever, De Ligt, center back situation, 0.5, and reports out here that there's another player that Juve could be interested in. Tutto Sports saying among the names being monitored by Juventus, there is also that of Evan Ndiga, and he's a player that could be interesting. I don't know exactly how serious this is. This is just another one of the names that's being thrown out there. We'll see if any momentum really develops with this. He's a young player, 22 years old, plays for the French national team. He obviously plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. So instead of going for a Kostic, that's who we're going to go for them. I believe his value is at about 35 million euros. And I know this now, thankfully, because I got on Transfer Market. And, of course, Transfer Market always does the U.S. dollar for me because I'm an American. And I'm sorry, Europe. But I'm thankful that the euro has dropped down to be equal today. If you didn't know, fun fact, first time in 20 years, the U.S. dollar and the euro are of equal value. So now I don't have to do any kind of math or any kind of nonsense. Because, me as an ugly American, I'd hate to actually have to do any work. Right. Anyway, so we'll see what happens there. Something to keep an eye on, valued about 35 million euros. We'll see. Something to keep an eye on. And then the last bit of news for the day, there's two parts to this. Of course, is Rugani's agent came out. And before you guys run away from the video, because I say Rugani's agent, there's a second part to it. It could be important for the club. Rugani's agent, speaking on his future, says that as things stand, Daniele will remain at Juve. The club have never told us they want to sell him. He has never been put on the market. Then in football, you never know. We have had no direct contact with Bologna or other clubs. Last season, Daniele played 40% of the games, not because we wanted him to. In the 7 years he has been at Juve, there's never been a lack of competition. If they want to keep him, they do so because Daniele has quality. No, the hell they don't. Let's just say this. I get it. Daniele's agent is going to work. He's going to be a proponent for him. He's going to push for. He's going to be an advocate for Rugani. Duh. That's why you hire an agent. He is your paid advocate. But let's not kid ourselves. We know what Rugani is. Rugani is not a class talent. He's not a top tier talent. He's not a great defender. He's none of that. Has he been serviceable the last season with Allegri? In spots, yes. There were big moments that he did collapse. But at the same time, the reason that they're keeping him has nothing to do, if they do keep him, has nothing to do with him being worthy or quality or any of that. It's because you got nothing else. You got De Ligt out. You got Chiellini out. You got Bonucci, who's going to be injured half the time. You have unknowns in Gatti. You have a whole situation here that could fall apart for Juve. And it could make this a very, very stressful situation for fans of the club moving into the season. So something to keep an eye out on. We'll see if anything comes of the Bologna talks. Again, I don't put any stock into it because, again, why would Rugani? You've seen the last couple of years, if you're a Juve fan, you've seen people hold out and refuse to go because Ramsey believes he's too good for a non-Champions League playing team. Rabiot, similar. All these other players, say Alexandro, same situation. Rugani's going to do the same damn thing. All right. And then the last part of this, the second half of it, is, of course, talking about it's still a possibility about Arnautovic that he could come to Juventus Republica, or reporting that Arnautovic has asked Bologna to facilitate his transfer, as he does not want to miss the opportunity to play in the Champions League. So Vlahovic could still get advice, and again, the real situation that may unlock that would be if Rugani were to move on from Juve, move to Bologna. Keep an eye on it. It's repetitive enough out there. It's not nothing. It's not highly likely, but it's not nothing. We'll say that. All right. That'll do it. That's your edition of the news for today, the rundown, if you will. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos. Like I said, hitting that like button really does help our channel to continue to grow, and it's really helpful for the algorithm. If you haven't already, also, make sure you go and follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter, as well as you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.